We tell our clients that they can trust us, and we say we're trustworthy, and that's one of our core values. But having the video, it builds that trust organically.
They're starting to get to know Chris, myself and our team. Without actually having met us, they'll get a good handle on who we are, because our marketing, we'd like to think, is pretty authentic. It's not a staged act.
This is Chris and Paul, co-founders of Arca, who construct custom homes and renovations across Geelong, the Bellarine Peninsula and the Surf Coast. Talking with a lot of builders, there's often many questions that they have about working with us, or what's it like on the inside, or once they're on board. You guys, been working with you guys for a fair bit now. What were some of the concerns or questions that you guys had in the back of your minds prior to coming on board?
When you start a marketing journey, there's some level of apprehension about, this is a significant investment. Do we trust the people that are going to engage to help us with marketing? And also, because we're working with video, a lot of us aren't necessarily used to being in front of a camera or speaking and being at the centre of attention.
Yeah. Had you guys done a lot of video prior to working with us?
No, this was our first time. So for Chris and I, we're really strong and competent in construction. That's what we're good at. That's our bread and butter. They're our strengths. But all of a sudden we're going, well, we're going to do a video and we're going to be in front of a camera, and we've never done it before. So there's a level of apprehension about that. But I think the first video, you're a little bit nervous and a bit anxious, but it always turns out better than you think. We were absolutely blown away with our videos that you did for us. And once you've done one, the second one's easier and the third one's easier, and it gets to the point where it becomes almost natural with practice.
And you were expressing to me earlier, or both of you, how much video and story plays a part in everyday business for you guys now. How does that look? Where do you use video on an everyday basis?
Oh, yeah. So,
and how did that come about as well?
Paul loves it.
So, again, like when we first started communicating, you're sending us little selfie videos, messages on WhatsApp, and at first I remember thinking, that's a bit awkward and a bit weird.
What a weirdo.
But now, because you guys are in Queensland and we're down in Victoria, we're using video amongst ourselves to communicate all the time. And Chris and I have actually broadened that out now to communicating with our team members that way. And we might have trades working on site, and rather than pulling everyone together to communicate something important, either Chris or myself, we might be driving in the ute or might be in the office. We'll just record a short selfie video and post that to the WhatsApp group. We're even talking to clients this way now, and I think the power of video it's so strong, because emails, who likes to write emails and receive emails? It takes time, and people can misconstrue the written form.
Yeah.
Text messages and emails. Whereas if you record a short little video to your team members or your clients, or even Chris and I speak all the time on video, and we had a bit of humour too, you get the context and you get the body language. So something like 70% of what you say is in your body language. So if you do it as a text or an email, you're missing out on all that context.
That's a good point.
And it's also highly efficient. If I'm driving the ute from A to B, I'll often send 2 or 3 different video messages to my friends, to colleagues, to Chris, to my wife, to the team. And it's just a highly efficient use of time as well. And then it becomes a little bit pervasive. And now team members are doing it as well. Like our broader team, it's just become normal to send videos. And so, it's leaning in and being into the learning zone, we call it. Not get out your comfort zone, move into the learning zone, and get comfortable being uncomfortable. Try something new. And then eventually it becomes second nature.
When it comes to communicating and using marketing and that, how are you guys prior to video communicating your message to your audience, to your market?
Yeah, probably just by sharing what we were doing organically on Instagram and Facebook, like site photos, finished photos of projects, in progress stuff. Early days, there was a couple of little videos that I would do, but I was super anxious about it, and I'd make all the boys nick off site. So the one that I trusted the most could hold the camera, so I could kind of keep my nerves in check. And a couple of those got good traction, hey?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
But we have definitely evolved a long way since then.
Yeah. One question I want to ask you guys was, it's something I find really fascinating with how you guys approach a lot of things. But when it comes to your mindset around marketing, what's your view on it, and what role does it play in the business?
Good question. I think if you're looking to grow your business and scale up, marketing is absolutely imperative. You know, word of mouth's really powerful. It's extremely powerful. We know that. But you can't just rely on word of mouth to run your business. So as a business owner, you need to understand the importance of marketing. And marketing it's like sales in advance, isn't it? If you do your marketing, the sales will follow. So the first step is to understand that it's critically important and that you need to do it. The second thing is you don't need to be an expert in marketing. Chris and I aren't. We're really strong on the construction side, which is why we do what we do and we love it. But we're not experts in marketing. So it's the who, not the how. We engage you guys because you're the experts, and we trust you to guide us and lead us in our marketing. But we also understand the importance that we don't just outsource it completely. Anyone who thinks they're just going to outsource marketing completely and all the leads will just follow, I think that's a road to nowhere. So Chris and I understand the importance of the role that we play in marketing as well. So we outsource it. We see you guys as an extension of our team. We don't just see you as a separate entity. We see you as part of our extended team. And part of our family and friends. You know, we've evolved our relationship, as we know, it's evolved into a very strong friendship now. We catch up for dinner, we catch up all the time.
I love wearing the merch.
And I think that just makes the whole experience easier and more fun. Like, we have a lot of fun along the way, and so marketing's just happening so much more seamlessly now. But going back to my point about the role we play, you can't just outsource the whole lot. If you're going to do a video or videos, we have to put effort in too. And the more effort we put in, and the more we think about it, and the more we get involved ourselves, the better the outcome. And you guys compile it, pull it together, push it through the socials.
One thing that I mentioned to you guys yesterday that I really liked about you guys, and what I think makes the relationship work really well, is your level of engagement. You know, it's not at all, it's outsourced to Biz Video, we'll come back and talk to you in 6 months or a year. It's a collaboration, it's a team. We're part of the same team here, trying to get the same outcome.
100%, but I think it's written in plain English in your collateral as well. We help builders, right? Like, we didn't come to you and you sold us a silver bullet and said, hey, just pay this money, and all of a sudden the leads will start to roll into your inbox. You know, we've talked about it offline. You know, if you do nothing, you get nothing. So the reason that our business gets amazing results through this marketing channel is because we put in a lot of effort. You know, the work that we do, you know, together on different avenues, like behind the scenes to, you know, coordinate the shoots. You know, Paul coordinated the shoots, made this, you know, massive run sheet. It ran like clockwork. But, you know, I was in there pulling the strings, getting the utes badged, getting the signage up on the office, organising the boys. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it takes, you know, I kind of feel like we have a cheat code. We've got a left and a right hook. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we only get the results that we get with Biz Video marketing because we do all of the homework and we follow and listen to your, you know, your advice and wisdom as well.
That's cool. I appreciate those kind words there. But a big part about this all working well is not just what we bring, but what you bring to the table. Like, you guys have to have an amazing product. You guys have to have a, you know, really great service, good branding. What are some of the things that you find that you bring to the table that make this a really great relationship and a really good outcome?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, you can do all the marketing in the world, but if your product and your service isn't quality, people see through that. So underpinning all of this is a passion to do the best possible job and build the best homes we can for our clients and showcase that. So it's the whole sort of show and tell, really, isn't it? So we're really proud to put the homes that we've built onto a video for people to look at and enjoy and get inspiration from. We love having our team members in the shoots as well. You know, a highly passionate and engaged, happy team. We love it. And we did a shoot the other day, didn't we? And our team members, we had carpenters, they were putting frames up, they were cladding, And they were a bit out of the comfort zone. Gee, there's a camera on me, but they really played their part perfectly. Our supervisors were there. And so we've got this sort of culture within our business now where video is part of what we do. It's not something on the side and something separate that we do. One of our supervisors, Dean, we call him the Arca poster boy, don't we? He loves getting on camera.
He keeps his rig in check just for the shoot.
He works out and goes running in the morning and
It's just become normalised. Do you know what I mean? I think maybe subconsciously the people in our team have understood that, the work that we do behind the scenes and the work we do with you guys really is important to keeping the flow of work.
Yeah.
So the result of that is them continuing to work,
What about the other things like, a long list goes through my head when we talk about the things you bring to the table, or what you guys bring collectively to get the outcome. Things like you've just gone and reinvested in your branding, new website. You guys have a system process in place for your sales, how you get back to leads, how you nurture those leads. Maybe talk a bit more about that as well.
Yeah, I think when it comes to all of the marketing that we do, it is expensive, but you've got to look at it through the right lens. So if I look through the P&L, marketing, you could easily cut marketing and have a short-term financial gain. But what you're actually doing by cutting marketing is you're causing issues down the line in terms of sales and future profitability. So Chris and I look at it differently. We have a budget for marketing each year, and actually we've increased our budget this year quite significantly because we understand the importance. And it's important not to see it as a cost, see it as an investment where you're going to get a return on that investment. And of course you need to measure that. If I've spent X dollars on marketing this year, how many extra sales, what's my extra revenue, quick calculation to work out the return on investment. You should be getting multiples back, and if you do it right, you will. And think about it, it might only take one sale, one extra sale to pay for your annual marketing budget, or 2 sales, whatever it may be.
Where else do you guys see the value in marketing?
The way we do marketing is we want to market to our current clients first and foremost. We want them to be excited about the home that we're designing for them or building for them, and that there's the capability that we bring. We also want to the secondary sort of element to that is prospective clients, people that are thinking about working with us. If they see us on videos, especially videos, and on the Instagram and all these places, if they see us everywhere, we're looking to build trust with those prospects. And we do that through video because they're starting to get to know Chris, myself, and our team. Without actually having met us, they'll get a good handle on who we are because our marketing, we'd like to think, is pretty authentic. It's not a staged act.
That's a very good one there. To go deep on that, how do you make tangible that value when it comes to helping your prospect or existing client get to know you guys more?
I think getting to know us, like when you know us, there's an element of trust, right? Like, so the projects and the transaction and our whole business relationship flows way more smoothly when there's a high level of trust. And we tell our clients that they can trust us, and we say we're trustworthy, and that's one of our core values. But having the video, it builds that trust organically somewhat as a bit of a subsidiary, because they kind of see us and they feel comfortable and they're like, oh, I've seen Chris do that, and often I'll get a phone call and be like, hey, when you were on site in the video the other day and you were doing that, what was that product, or how did you do that, or I really love that garden, who did that, can you connect me with them? Do you know what I mean? Like, it really just builds the layers and layers of depth to your overall customer relationship.
Yeah.
And one of you mentioned just prior to jumping on this that last week you had some meetups with prospective clients that had consumed a lot of your content. And how was that engagement with them?
It was great. I mean, in the past, when we'd have client meetings prior to doing video marketing and relying on other sort of mechanisms, it was often a little bit awkward at the beginning. You're getting to know each other, and you're sitting down, and it takes a while to break the ice. these days it just seems totally different to that. Like, the client will either come into the office or we go to their house, depending on the project, and straight away it's, you know, would you like a cup of tea? And it just seems a lot more effortless. And I feel that the reason for that is that the clients, I think, feel like they know us, even though they've never met us in person. It's like when you look at someone and see someone that you're following on Instagram. It could be an influencer, it could be someone on TV. They've never met you, but you feel like you know them because you've seen them. So I think that has a huge amount of value, because it just makes the client feel a lot more at ease. The fact that they're feeling at ease before we even come in, because they've already chosen us as their builder more often than not. If they've seen our videos, generally they've already decided that we're their client. So they're our client, should I say.
Yeah. How have you seen that roll out, Chris?
Oh, I think it's just a really easy way to break the ice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't, that first, you know, the initial contact, kind of all of that's out of the way. You know, it was like when we started doing business together, I already knew you. I already kind of knew the person you were. And actually, in actual fact, yesterday we bumped into someone on Gold Coast that we have seen on Instagram. We're like, oh, there's ... And I'm like, ah. And you felt like you could just approach them and say, hey, how you going? You know, like, you feel approachable.
Yeah.
I feel like those walls have come down. The ice breaking they sort of touched on, and I think these are all the added benefits of doing this visual video marketing. It has so many of the like positive flow-on effects that I couldn't imagine trying to do it now without it. You know what I mean? It almost feels like a cheat code.
The whole dynamic's changed, I feel. Of course, sometimes clients are coming in or they're ringing you and they might not have seen your video. They might have, word of mouth or whatever. But what we often do is, I might take a telephone call, understand the project, understand the client's goals, but then I might just say, hey, I'm going to drop you a quick text message after the call with a video that relates to your particular project. Have a look at it, and then, we'll organise a time to catch up. So between the phone call and the next meeting, that client's watched, it could be the story video, it could be a video about something else that's pertinent to their project. And so that just helps to build that relationship, build that trust. And like I said before, I'm actually using video, little selfies now to update clients on things, because rather than writing an email, it's a bit impersonable. A 30-second or a 1-minute video, I could be on site, I could be just driving the car, hi, quick update on your project. And I think the feedback so far is that it's I think clients really quite like it, because it's a personable approach to business. Yeah. And and a lot of our clients are the friends now. The relationships we have with our clients, what we try and, I guess, create is that environment where there's two-way communication that flows, and it's just a really happy experience for everybody. And that's one of the mechanisms that we've used to create that.
One thing I think that's come up a few times here, and obviously with our relationship, is just the value that comes from that, aside from, say, the stories or videos, the marketing we're doing. What are some of the, let's say, intangibles, or what are the other areas of value that you feel we've brought or have been created?
I mean, it could be a little bit different for Chris and I. So from my perspective, it's about the relationship that we've built collectively, and what's actually turned into a really strong friendship. And not just a friendship, it actually feels like family, right? So it was a big investment for us and a big leap at the beginning to make. And like with any commercial relationship, there's always some level of risk and doubt and apprehension. And Chris and I were like, oh, should we do this? It was a big call. But when Chris and I decide to do something, it might take us a while to decide certain things. But once we're in, we're all in, boots and all. And you've probably witnessed that firsthand. We don't do things in halves. And just working together over the last couple of years, and especially over the last 6 months, we've really ramped it up, haven't we? It's just turned into a great friendship. Chris and I, this is the third time I've been up in Queensland, and we're here at Byron Bay now, in the last few months. And we have a good laugh, don't we? We go out for dinner, we talk business, but we talk passions and hobbies, and I put the Lycra on and ride on my bike with Cornet at 5 a.m.
And I ride with you guys too.
You turn up on the Lime bike. But yeah, like we've got common interests, common hobbies, and a very common symbiotic way of working and thinking. And we really enjoy the relationship we've got, and it just wants us to do more. Like we're up here again. We're going to be doing a lot more podcasts, a lot more videos, and it's what you've taught us, and you think in similar ways. So yeah, I'd love working with you guys if I'm being absolutely honest, and I think Chris is the same, aren't you?
Well, it's a bit of a breath of fresh air, right? Like it's something different. So I think if I had to talk about the intangibles for me personally, like I think it's the education piece, you know, the fact that you guys are, you know, when we first crossed paths, I found it hard to believe that there was a company that was producing video and marketing content just for us, just for builders. And I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. And I think what I've taken on board and learnt and how I've been able to implement that in my everyday life in terms of, you know, both professionally and personally, I think I've just taken so much away from that in terms of my personal development. So you guys are a team, small team like us, family team, and I think there's a lot of like similarities in that. I see a lot of what we want and how we want to run and how we want to function and how I see you guys operating and, you know, your team and the way that they communicate with us, the way they make us feel, you know, like you say, I walked out into the freezer at the back and they're all working away on the Arca. They're all working away on the Arca Micro, but they stop what they're doing and like I just felt like a king. And I'm like, whoa, just like it's all good, it's just me. Do you know what I mean? Like it's I feel like we're part of your team and you're part of our team, and I think that synergy and that like interdependent relationship that we have kind of developed, like it's pretty strong. Hey.
Yeah, from our side, genuinely, we really enjoy the friendship. And a lot of good laughs. I mean, sometimes I think Carly, I go home and I'm like, oh, look at this chat, you know, from today with you guys or one of you individually. And
they don't get
Carly's like, did you do any work today?
This is work, babe. If I'm in bed and I'm like rewatching a video, I've missed one mix, like, who is this? Who are you videoing from bed? I'm like, it's just JP, man. Like, I'm just tidying up the loose ends of the day.
That selfie you sent me the other day, I showed her and Carly on the couch, and she was like, is he talking to us from his bathroom? Is he?
I would have been sitting on my throne. It's got to be. We've got to be efficient with our time, right?
That's it. I mean, Paul's.
The leads are piling up. I need to make use of every minute.
Efficiency.
There you go. I love that. No, well, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate those kind words. Thank you.